In this problem we have 20 items. The 20 items can be split up into two groups, one with 7 items, one with 13 items, and we want to know if 4 objects are drawn at random from the 20 items, that the first 2 come from the first group and that 2 come from the second group. So for our denominator, well, we want to know the total number of possibilities. The total number of possibilities are 20, and from those 20 items we're going to draw 4 of them. So there are a total of 20 combination 4 different groups that can be generated. We want the first 2 to come from the first group, so we want from the 7 to draw 2 times from the remaining 13 to draw 2. And so we can come over to our calculator and now we can just enter in 7 combination 2 times 13 combination 2 divided by 20 combination 4, and we get about 33.8% chance. So this is about 0.338. In the next problem, we're asked a similar question. If 4 objects are drawn at random from the 20 items, that 1 comes from the first group and 3 come from the second. So we're going to handle this in much the same way. We're going to do 20 combination 4. That's the total number of groups that can be formed out of the 4. We want from the 7 to take 1, and then from the remaining 13 to choose the additional 3. So we are going to just hit second enter and come over and modify our values, change our 2 to a 1 and change this 2 to a 3, and we get about a 0.413% chance. Now this should make sense because it's more likely that we end up getting more from the group of 13 than from the group of 7, so the probability goes up a little bit. If 4 objects are drawn at random from the 20 items, that the first comes from the first group and 1 comes from the that 3 come from the first group and 1 comes from the second group. So very similar, 7 combination 3 times 13 combination 1 divided by 20 combination 4. Now we would expect this result to be relatively small since we want to select 7 items from a really small group. So let's see how that pans out. 7 combination 3 divided by, or times 13 combination 1, which is really just going to be 13, and we get about 0.094, which makes sense again because the likelihood of getting 3 items from a smaller group and only 1 item from a bigger group is fairly unlikely.